It's indescribable. Jimmy and Hart and I and Hulk have been friends for 50 years, pretty much. I actually go with Hogan years before the business. So it's much deeper, much more. And it's just, I don't even know how to say it.
What did he mean to you? I mean, if people don't, everyone obviously knows your wrestling, your WWE character and Brutus the Barber Beefcake, but looking at your resume, you were at one point Dizzy Hogan, if that is correct. That you guys go that far back. What did Hulk Hogan mean to you in your career, your personal life?
Well, he meant everything. He recruited me basically out of high school and to go into the wrestling business when all his other friends refused and would didn't want anything to do with it. And I became Dizzy Ed or Ed Boulder. It was Terry Boulder and Ed Boulder to start the Boulder Brothers. We were brothers. That's how the business started for both of us. And then lots happened.
Did you know back then, was there something so special about him that you knew that this guy could be the guy to, transform this industry?
Here's the thing. When he said to me, "You're going to be a wrestler, kid," and I was like, "Holy cow!" Nothing. I used to go watch wrestling when I was a kid, and but nothing I ever thought about getting involved with. And he and I became so close that we starting together and coming through the trenches and training and geez, I don't know. There's so much that nobody knows about really our beginnings, our past. I owe him everything, and I just I'm grateful to have known him, to have been there many times for him as he was for me.
How special was it in 2019 when you were inducted into the Hall of Fame? Of all people who could induct you, you had, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
It made tremendous moment even better, and I will always treasure that day for forever.
Is there something about Terry, about Hulk that from knowing him at a different level that maybe the public, the people who watched him and in wrestling and watched him in all these movies and become such a star, is there something about Terry that we might not know?
He had a heart so big. 35 years ago, on July 4th, 1990, I was in a horrible accident and not expected to live. And he left his family in California, his wife about to have a baby, his son Nick, to fly to Florida to be there because the doctors said they didn't think I was going to make it. And he flew there to be there for me. And when they brought me out of a drug induced coma, and he said to me, "Don't even think about it, Brutus. You're going to live."
He was that
And
special,
I
and I
did. And I did. And he was there for me at the moment I needed him most.
I saw Charlotte Flair posted something yesterday about when Rick was ill years back, and it was the same thing that Hulk was the one person that stayed there in the hospital. So it seems like he really cared. He really cared about his friends.
He did. He was a really good man. He had his faults like everybody else has faults. Nobody's perfect, and that's the whole thing. And it makes it
I
makes
know,
me go ahead. I'm sorry.
it makes you emotional, and I saw your post yesterday, and I know you guys hadn't talked in a while. If you had the opportunity though to one last time, say something to the Hulkster, Brutus, what would your message be to Terry?
Um, I love you, brother. And we truly are friends to the end. And I don't even know what else to say about that. I know his family and mine were close for many years, and I wish the best for them. And they're having, I know they're having a horrible, difficult time. And I just wanted to say to them, keep your chins up. And he would have wanted us to fight on and move forward. And that's hopefully what we're all going to do. I was going to try to go to his house a couple days ago, and I, my wife said, you should just go over there. And I was thinking, oh my God, but if I go to the house and they say, no, you can't come in, it would have crushed me. So I didn't. And now I wish maybe that I had tried to get in and tried to get to see him before he passed. But
Were
in
there
the end,
were there whispers you were hearing that he was not doing well then?
yeah, absolutely. Jimmy and I, like I said, we've been friends for 45, 50 years. And Jimmy and I have talked every day. And Jimmy told me that, he was doing okay, but the things were not good. And so this did kind of catch us off guard.